Now, also when it comes to marketing your business, because I would say that marketing is super important, understanding sales is key. Essential actually, because it helps you understand how to market also. But selling and sales is very, very important because actually you're always selling, you're always negotiating. You know, you have a manufacturer you need to negotiate with, you have your customers you need to negotiate with, you have all the time you're actually negotiating and selling. Sales is important, you have to understand that. But marketing is, I would say, also as important, especially in today's society, because people go about selling products and services and, you know, whatever your business might well be. But if you're not on social media, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand why you would have a product and not be on social media. And some people say, well, we don't want to be on social media. The reality is you are not getting eyes on your product or your service, and it doesn't make any sense. You have to be on social media. You need to be on social media so your products and services are sold. And people who are on social media can see the power of it. I can see the power of me doing a video, getting 10,000 views, and therefore 3 or 4 people end up buying something that I do. Whereas you will say, I don't want to be on social media, and you're missing out on those sales. Now, there is an argument to be had that, you know, there should be a limitation and, you know, you don't want to overdo social media. And that I completely understand. But social media is super powerful when it comes to marketing. But marketing is not just social media. You're not going to get your customers from just social media. You're going to get your customers from various other avenues. And I would say social media is powerful. I would say an emailing list is super, super powerful. I would say a group is super powerful. I would say actually being active on LinkedIn, though it is somewhat social media, it's not talked about enough. I went from 2,500 followers up to 7,500 followers in a case of 6 months. And that, by the way, is me putting a post out like every 3 or 4 days. And so LinkedIn is untouched. And I would say it's a huge place where you can make a lot of money, get a lot of business, and serious people are on LinkedIn. And it's not to forget, there are other ways that you should be doing things. You should be running ads. You should be running ads on various other platforms, right? TikTok is super powerful. TikTok Shop is super powerful. A lot of people are making a lot of money on TikTok Shop, as well as then having affiliates. You may want to have affiliates and you may want to have influencers that you pay. And with influencers, it totally depends. You want to make sure, and I want to give you some advice here, as someone who uses influencer marketing sometimes, you want to make sure that the person that is talking about the product or service is actually relevant for what you are selling. So if you're selling a pen, you want someone who is maybe in the education sector to sell your pen. You don't want someone who maybe is a meme page and you're going to pay £30 to a meme page and actually try to sell a pen. It doesn't really make sense. Actually, it's better for you to invest £200, £300, £400 and get the market that you are actually trying to sell your product to. So be careful when you're trying to do influencer marketing. Use the influencers that are at least somewhat interlinked with the niche or the market that you are trying to focus on, because it will help you and the results you will get at the back of that will be powerful. But marketing is not just a case of 1 or 2 things. Marketing is multiple ways of getting your product or service out there so as many people can be as interested as possible. And it's never just one way. Run different ads, try different ads, see what works, fix it, amend it, and then get it out again. So always, it's a journey that we're always working on, and there's never a perfect way to do things. But the more you put out, obviously, the more results you're gonna get. And I would say organic reach is always the best, right? Organically on TikTok, organically on Instagram, organically on YouTube is always the best way that you're gonna get the most attraction to the products that you have. Something which, by the way, a lot of people don't think about, and I think it's super, super crucial, and it's probably a lesson. Yeah, I think it's something very important, is you should always be thinking about when you're starting a business that you should be looking to sell a business within 5 years or within 10 years, or you should be thinking that you're going to sell a business at some point.